Good morning, I'm Reverend Marjorie Contenti. It's my pleasure to be here to lead the meditation this morning. Welcome to everyone. Whether you are here in person with us or whether you're on the live stream, know that we welcome you into our community. So please close your eyes if you feel comfortable to do that. Just a gentle closing of the eyes. Then take a nice breath and release it. We draw attention to the breathing for meditation as a way of centering ourselves, releasing anything we may have come in with, the busyness of our day already, just letting that go. So in your own rhythm, take another couple of breaths, breathing in and breathing out, not forcing the breath, but breathing in fully. Nice full breath into the abdomen and then releasing. And allow the action of paying attention to the breath to make you present, to bring you into this moment, this time and space. So often we are thinking about other things and thinking about the past, planning the future, and it seems we may not be spending very much time just being here. Breathing in and breathing out. On the next in-breath, being aware that we are the presence of Spirit. And that the one power that is everywhere present is embodied in each one of us. Give each of us a unique and perfect expression of the one life. Breathing in and breathing out. And as we remind ourselves that we are spirit in form, we also remember that this life we are living, this mortal physical life, is just a small part of the energy that is expressed as us. That just as spirit is infinite, so are we. Breathing in and breathing out. On your next exhalation, as you release the breath, breathe out and allow your body to relax, to just settle down. Perhaps you let your shoulders drop a little bit. You're sitting straight but not rigid. Just letting the body relax into whatever is supporting you. And another breath, and on the release, letting your body relax further. allowing your mind to become quiet, knowing that there is nothing outside of this moment, this space that requires your attention. You can pick it all up again after the meditation is over or after the service, but in this moment, you are giving yourself the gift of just being here. In just a moment, we will move into silence for the next number of minutes. Nothing you need to say or do until you hear again the sound of my voice. And if you become distracted during this meditative time, draw your attention back to your breathing. Breathing in and breathing out. 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 Becoming aware again of your breath. Noticing how constantly and easily life sustains us. The magic and the power of the breath with no effort. No conscious thought needed to be here, to be present, to be alive. And feeling this presence of spirit, this single life force that is creating and recreating life brand new in every moment. So relaxing into this presence that is within us and all around us. Prepare to leave this meditative time, taking this, feeling this, sense this awareness of peace, of the presence of the divine with us. Breathing in, knowing ourselves as the divine, and breathing out. So going into the service and into our day is the peace, the power, and the presence of Spirit. We release these words, knowing that this is already so. And so it is. And now in your own time, when you feel ready, move your fingers, your toes a little bit, just to remind yourself you're physically here. And when you choose, open your eyes gently, bringing yourself fully back to this place, to this day, to this physical space. Namaste.
They pray along the way. They don't stop to wonder what the world is coming to.
salvation. Sorry for, I was just really enthusiastic. I have to tell you guys quickly, years ago in 2009, I went to the Parliament of World Religions in Melbourne, Australia, and the Agape Choir from the Agape International Center for Truth was there performing, and they didn't have enough people, so they asked us if we wanted to join in. So I got to rehearse with them and sing the harmony. So I was doing the choreography. You guys just didn't know that. So, hello, how are you? It's wonderful to see everybody. Happy Sunday. We're going to have a great service in store for you today. If you are new to the center, I will introduce myself. I'm Pat Campbell, and I am the spiritual director of the center. And if you've never been to a Center for Spiritual Living, there's a few things you need to know. We are a faith tradition that honors all faith traditions. As you can see on the slide going around the sides are many of the representations of the world's faith traditions, not all of them certainly, but some of the major ones are up there. And we put that up and we talk about it every week. It's that important for us to understand that with 8 billion people on this planet, there can't be just one way to believe. There can't be just one way to express the divine. Each of us is an individual spark of that divine. So we honor you. We honor however you got here. We honor the path that you are on because we know we're all on one. And I would be remiss if I didn't include our Love Stream people. Hello, Love Stream people. Everybody here, turn around and wave at where it says on air. George Clooney is missing. I don't know where to look without George Clooney. Anyway, you are so welcome. You are part of our community, and we're so happy that everyone is here. So what I would like to ask is, if there's anybody who is here for the first time, we don't want to embarrass you. We just want to say hey and make sure that you feel welcome. So anybody willing to put your hand up? Newbies? No? Up? Yes? One newbie. Yes, we met earlier. Thank you. Yes. Oh, and we got this little one over here. So I bet you want a brochure too, don't you? Oh, and we've got somebody there in the back also. Keep your hand up. That's all. Give him a hand. Give him a hand. You remember, it takes a lot of guts to stick your hand up in a room full of people that you don't know. So thank you for doing that. And I think we have a really special service in store for you today. So we're going to start out by singing our favorite Kong song. And I'm seeing a lot of people are like, is it true? Are we really going to sing Zippity Doo Dah? No, I'm just kidding. We're going to sing a song that we used to sing every Sunday, and we've just retired it for special occasions. Today is a special occasion, so One Power. So what I want to say to people who don't know this song, just allow yourself to listen to the words because it is powerful. So let's stand up and sing. One power, one power, one power.
It's one power invisible. Can't you see it everywhere and every day? It's one power indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth. As simple as the love inside you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Allah, angels' wings, or heaven's door. It's Muhammad, it's your mind, it's your soul, or it's your sign. It's the universe, it's music, Mother Earth or Father Time. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? Whatever name you give it, it's the very air we breathe. It's the power of the It's a moment of creation. It's an everlasting peace. It's the freedom of forgiveness. It's the sweetness of release. It's the joy of inspiration. It's the sunshine on your face. It's the birthright of all nations. It's the boundlessness of space. It's the beauty of a baby. The serenity of sleep. It's the anger we abandon for the love that's most deep. It's one power. It's one power. What we are is one power. It's the power of the love that lives forever in you and me. It's the power of the love in you and
I told you. People love singing that song. And what most of us do is we kind of sing really soft and pretend that we sound like Amy Bishop. So kids, are you guys ready to go to Funday? You got a whole crew of them, Miss Rachel. So let's send the kids to Funday. Oh, you're so mean. Resolve it. Whew. Okay, so lots of things going on. I'm going to whip through them here pretty quickly. Everything is in the newsletter. Everything is online, so in case you've missed something. So we've got our Suds and Soft Chocolates project going on right now. We are collecting toiletry items and soft, not like nutty, hard chewy chocolates for seniors, and they're going to go to the Secret Santa group, and they're going to be supplementing the gifts that the seniors are receiving. So that's going on for the next 3 weeks, today and then 2 after that. So we're looking for also gift cards, cash, new, not used items, things that can easily be put into packages for the seniors. We are still planning on having an opportunity to actually go to the warehouse and put them together, but we don't know what the day is yet. So sit tight, but that is coming up. But we are collecting for the Secret Santas this whole month of November on Sunday. So remembering that. So on December 4th, we are having a social event. We're having chili and a spiritual movie. So the movie is Illusion. Leslie, do you have anything you want to say about that? But if you do, you need to get the microphone from Marjorie so that the online people can hear as well.
Thank you. It's a great movie. Kirk Douglas, it's kind of a take on the Christmas Carol where, where Santa comes or the ghost comes. So this is where he goes into a dream state and revisits 3 parts of his life and has a revelation. So it's very interesting, and I think it's going to be great for us to have a discussion. And we're going to have some food. We'll feed you lunch, $5 for lunch. Can't beat that. Yep. And there is vegan chili and carnivore chili. Thank you.
Where's the beef? All right. And we're signing up for that, correct? So there's a table in the lobby where you can sign up for that. We'll take e-transfer or cash. So if you want to send an e-transfer, anytime you're sending an e-transfer to the center in the memo, put what it's for. So this is for the chili or for the movie or for Amy's concert. Oh, I'm about to announce that. Or for, so anytime you send an e-transfer, it's a great way to send easy. It doesn't cost anybody any money, but just let us know for sure what it is for. The Loops of Joy, headed up by our Rosalie, is going to be meeting today in the classroom after service and after coffee. A lot of people are wanting to learn how to loop the toques that we've given out about 2,500 hand-loomed toques for people. So, I mean, it's a wonderful project. I know, give them a hand. They're so awesome. And Rosalie will be giving some instruction today too, or if you just want to, as she sent me in an email earlier this week, if you just want to hook in a group. Oh, golly. Shh. I'm about to announce your concert. Okay. Are you ready? On your mark, get set. Oh, no, that isn't it. You know, the funny thing is, I'm the one that plans the announcements and when they go. So we have another opportunity for you to serve. We had several people who expressed interest in being the AV booth. We're super grateful for that. If you feel like that's something you want to do, talk to Jason or Ben afterwards. But we're also looking for an electrician. We have some stuff that needs to take place on the outside of the building, and the quote that we got was pretty high. So if you are an electrician or you know an electrician, have them contact Lance in the office, and that would be really, really awesome. We want to get some more lighting in there, just because when we leave out of here at night after class and stuff, it's better, but it's still a little bit dark. So if that sounds like you, please contact Lance. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? On your mark, get set. Yay. Okay. So, you know, Amy is just a consummate performer, storyteller, everything. And she's going to be doing a Songs and Story Christmas edition or holiday edition on Friday, December 9th. Doors are open at 7. The show starts at 8 o'clock. Early bird tickets, and this is just for us. $25. You can do the e-transfer, include Amy concert in it. If you're trying to buy tickets afterwards, it'll cost $30. That is on Friday, December 9th, and you know it's going to be not only a wonderful time, but also a way of getting into the Christmas spirit or the holiday spirit. So that's something to look forward to. And then finally, you know, we have an ongoing group or an ongoing list of online groups that we are continuing to have because it really, really feeds part of our community. So spiritually feeds part of our community. So Consciousness Seekers, led by Ron Hahn, is on Monday nights at 7 o'clock. I do Coffee with Dr. Pat, Wednesdays at noon. The Saging Circle, which is for our wisdom keepers, our elders, that's Saturdays at 10 o'clock. And then we also have a hiking group, but they're not meeting right now because guess what? It's like snowy out there. So anyway, if you want more information about any of those, you can check the newsletter or look on the website. All that information is there. Okay. So now, that's all our business. Now we're going to come into the more spiritual part of our service. So I'm going to invite Reverend Marjorie to come up, and she's going to give us our spiritual mind treatment. Amy and Steph are going to lead us in a chant. And I'd like to invite any of our other ministers or practitioners to please come forward and just line up on this stage, or around the stage. When we were in COVID, all of these people were still working with us and for us on our behalf. You just didn't get an opportunity to see them. So it's just so wonderful to have our healing arm of the center lined up here today. And so Marjorie and Amy, if you would, please.
One with the divine, peace expressing, heaven bright, light reflecting light, love reflecting love. I'm one with the divine. I'm peace expressing, heaven bright. I'm light reflecting light.
The divine reflects everywhere. Light upon light, lights all around the world joining together in this one presence, this divinity, this single power, a creative intelligence that is everywhere present. And this infinite power is creating and recreating life, moment by moment by moment, stretching into infinity. I see this presence everywhere. I see it in nature as I drive to the center this morning. The beauty of the landscape and the abundance in the trees and in the flowing water in the rivers. And in the creativity of the buildings that have been built and the homes that people live in. The infinite, the divine is everywhere present. And I know that I am a part of this play of life upon itself. I am a unique and perfect and whole expression of life itself. And I speak for each one here, knowing that just as I am, we all are this one presence. So knowing myself as the divine presence, I know that I am the love of Spirit itself, that within me is a deep, an infinite well of love that I express in my daily life, in all of my intimate relationships, and this love of mine is so great that it spills out into the community and around the world, and the world is more peaceful by my presence. And as the divine, I know that I am abundance itself, that I am a prosperous being. So I share my wealth of time and talent and treasure, knowing that all of it returns to me multiplied and overflowing, because that is the spiritual law of abundance and reciprocity. And I know that I am the creative intelligence of Spirit, so I bring this energy of newness, this ability to think and to believe and to be a self-declaring being. I bring this into everything that I undertake. And I know that I'm the vitality of Spirit itself. Every cell in my body refreshed and renewed, and any symptoms I may have disappear in the face of this understanding, this awareness that I am the vitality and the health of life, of Spirit itself. Knowing all of this, I give thanks for the beauty of this life that I am living, for the freedom that I enjoy here in this center, here in this city, here in this country. I live a life of freedom and joy. All of what I choose to do at my disposal, chosen by my conscious thinking, my willingness to say yes to a life that wants to offer me only good. So in profound gratitude, I release this word knowing that it is released into the action of Spirit, this creative energy that has already made it so. Please join me in declaring, and so it is.
Love reflecting love, one with the divine, peace expressing, heaven bright,
It takes a village. Please join me, if you like, in reading our vision statement for the Calgary Centre for Spiritual Living. This was developed by the board with the consciousness of this center, this community, and we live this statement and the mission statement as well. So please join me. The Calgary Centre for Spiritual Living is a beacon of spiritual illumination that inspires individuals to reveal their wholeness, co-creating a world that works for everyone. And our mission statement. The Calgary Centre for Spiritual Living makes accessible a way of living and thinking that reveals one's spiritual magnificence and personal power. We co-create an inclusive community that fosters an expansion of consciousness.
And thank you, my beloveds, and thank you, my beloveds. We're going to be doing something quite special here in just a moment, so. Please welcome Reverend Marjorie Contenti and Constable Colleen Buckley.
In Flanders fields the poppies blow, between the crosses row on row that mark our place, and in the sky the larks, still bravely singing, fly. We are the dead. Short days ago we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe. To you from failing hands we throw the torch. Be yours to hold it high. Lest ye break faith with us who die, we shall not rest, though flowers grow in Flanders fields.
know you want to applaud, but let's not. Yes, let's just give our honoring in this way. Reverend Marjorie Contenti and Constable Colleen Buckley from the Calgary Police Service. Thank you. Thank you. Lisa, would you hand me my... Thank you. I thought it was sweet that during the time of silence, we had the gurgling of a baby. But that could not be more perfect. Because if not for that. So when we got to breathe together. I'm sorry. I was moved by that. So let's breathe together, shall we? Just taking a deep breath. And again. And one more time. Oh, that moved me. I'm sorry. When I first came here to Canada, I didn't completely understand the whole significance of the red poppy or the fact that people wore them for days leading up to Remembrance Day. But as I've lived here for almost 10 years and I've learned more about the history of it, I've really been moved by the level of respect that Canadians give to Remembrance Day. Now, in the States, there are similar days. In fact, there's two of them. In May, Americans celebrate Memorial Day, which is similar to Remembrance Day. It's in May, and it's a way to honor those who give their life in service. And then on November 11th, the same as Remembrance Day, they celebrate Veterans Day, which is to honor all veterans. In fact, you know what? I just need to do this. If you are a veteran, would you please stand up so that we can acknowledge you? If you are a veteran of any of the armed services, of police, of fire, anything like that, please. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's important to honor that. So on Veterans Day and on Memorial Day in the States, they have solemn ceremonies, absolutely. And, people show up to them and a lot of flag waving, that type of thing. But they don't seem to have quite the same reverence as Canadians have for Remembrance Day. This is such a poignant and such a honoring of those who gave the ultimate sacrifice for their country. And it also gives me an opportunity, about once a year, I do a spiritual talk about immortality and eternal life. Now, in case you're like, oh no, I don't want to listen to this, I absolutely promise, guarantee you that you will feel uplifted and joyful by the time we're done. Okay, is that a deal? You guys don't run screaming out of the room, and I promise that you will feel uplifted by the time I'm done. And one of the reasons why I can say that, and I can make that absolute guarantee, is that our teaching, called the Science of Mind, has the healthiest, most life-affirming philosophy about death than I've ever heard. Life-affirming? Yes, I said life-affirming, because in our teaching, we call death transition, because that's what it is, that we transition from one life form to another. It's a rebirth, so to speak. It's a graduation. It's a moving onward and upward in the spiral of life. Now, being on the spiral of life does not mean that we're going to go to some place called heaven where we sit around on clouds and eat angel food cake and strum on our harps. It doesn't mean also that we're going to go to some place called hell where we burn in eternal damnation. Those are really, really old concepts, which maybe I'll talk about someday, but not today. When I'm talking about the spiral of life, I mean that we have this physical life here on earth, and when we are done here on earth, our bodies go back to the earth in some form, whether it's a burial or it's a cremation or it's my personal favorite where your remains and your ashes are put into tree roots and planted as a tree. Doesn't that sound cool? I totally want to do that. So our bodies go back to earth, and our awareness, our consciousness, our souls, if you will, continue to spiral upwards to the next life experience. Like I said, it's a graduation. Therefore, all this fear that we have around death, we don't need to have it. We can actually celebrate. We can celebrate death. Not that we want it to happen too soon. I get it. You know, life here on earth is pretty cool. None of us, we don't want it to end too soon, but having an understanding about eternal life can take part of the sting out of it. Because let's face it, folks, it's going to happen to all of us. Nobody's getting out of this life alive. So we might as well make the most of it while we are here and not be afraid of what's coming. So I want to talk a little bit about the science behind the idea of immortality. Science, you say? Yes, science, because science absolutely supports the idea of immortality. Because science teaches us that everything is made up of energy. Yes? Nod your heads. Okay, yeah, you guys know this from your science classes. So that means that our planet, our atmosphere, the things that happen that appear to be solid, even our physical forms, all of it energy. It's energy. You guys are just like these vibrating energy packets. And as Einstein said, energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It can only be changed from one form to another. And so because one of the basic tenets of our teaching is that God, whatever you want to call God, that ultimate source of all things, doesn't care what you call it, right? Okay? But it is all there is. It is all there is, and it is made up of energy. Therefore, based on this wonderful Einstein quote, that universal divine energy cannot be destroyed. It cannot die. It simply changes and transforms. And because we are made of it, and we are made of the same energy and the same substance, then that means that we don't die either. We transform. We transition. So when this physical form wears out because of age or injury or illness, it doesn't work anymore. Our energy, our essence, that which breathes us, that which lives us, that which thinks us, continues on to its next energetic expression. Because that's the reason that we are here. We are here to be a manifestation. We are here to have the experience of life. We are here so that the universe knows itself more fully. Do you understand that? We are here so that the universe knows itself, is expressing itself more fully as us. So Ernest Holmes put it this way. He said, the impulse of the spirit to move must be caused by a desire to express what it feels itself to be: beauty, form, color, life, love, and power. Everything else we find in the manifest universe, that's everything that we can see, taste, smell, touch, hear, Everything that we find in the manifest universe are attributes of the Spirit and are caused to spring into being because Spirit wants to enjoy itself. Woohoo! And it is doing it in this lifetime and our subsequent lifetimes. But a lot of people have trouble believing that there's something else besides this lifetime. We want to believe it. Everybody wants to believe it. Humans have always had myths and legends about what happens after we die, hence the heaven and hell stuff going on. Every culture, every religion has some way of explaining what happens after death. And yet here's the truth. We don't know. Because no one has come back to tell us. So one of the challenges, because we are intelligent, we are creative, we are conscious, we are thinking beings. So one of the challenges that we have is that we still need to take it on faith that life is ongoing. And we need to look to nature. So I'm going to share a little story that explains death and transition in a beautiful and very life-affirming way. It's called Water Bugs and Dragonflies. Down below the surface of a quiet pond lived a little colony of water bugs. They were a happy colony, living far away from the sun. For many months, they were very busy scurrying over the soft mud on the bottom of the pond. They did notice, however, that every once in a while, one of their colonies seemed to lose interest in what was going on. Clinging to the stem of a pond lily, it gradually moved out of sight and was seen no more. "Look," said one of the water bugs to another, "one of our colony is climbing the lily stalk. Where do you suppose she's going?" Up, 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 slowly she went. Even as they watched, the water bug disappeared from their sight. Her friends waited and waited, but she didn't come back. "That's funny," said one bug to the other. "Wasn't she happy here? Where do you suppose she went?" And no one had an answer. They were greatly puzzled. Finally, one of the water bugs, a leader in the colony, gathered its friends together and said, "I have an idea. The next one of us who climbs up the lily stalk promises to come back and tell us where they went and why." Yes, it's a great idea. They promised, yes, we'll do that. So one spring day, not too long after that very water bug who'd suggested the plan found himself climbing up the lily stalk. Up, up, up he went. Before he knew what was happening, he had broken through the surface of the water and he'd fallen onto the broad green lily pad above. And when he awoke, he looked around with surprise. He couldn't believe what he saw. A startling change had come over his old body. His movements revealed 4 silver wings and a long tail. Even as he struggled, he felt an impulse to move his wings, and the warmth of the sun dried the moisture from his new body, and he moved his wings again, and he suddenly found himself above the water. He had become a dragonfly. Swooping and dipping with great curves, he flew through the air. He was exhilarated in his new atmosphere. And then after a while, the new dragonfly landed happily on a lily pad to rest. It was then he looked below the bottom of the pond. Well, he was right above his old friends, the water bugs. There they were, scurrying around, just as he'd been doing before. And the dragonfly remembered his promise The next one of us who climbs up the lily pad will come back and tell where he or she went and why. So without thinking, the dragonfly darted down. But suddenly he hit the surface of the water and he bounced away. And he realized that now that he was a dragonfly, he could no longer go into the water. I can't return, he said in dismay. Well, at least I tried, but I can't keep my promise. Even if I could go back, not one of the water bugs would know me in my new body. I guess I'll just have to wait until they become dragonflies too. Then they'll understand what has happened to me and where I went. With that, the dragonfly winged off happily into its wonderful new world of sun and air. I just love that story. It's so sweet and it's so life-affirming. I love the images that it evokes in my own heart when I think about my loved ones who have passed on, who maybe like they want to come back and tell us all about it, and they can't. They have graduated. And just because we believe that someone is immortal, that their spirit lives on, doesn't mean that we don't miss them. And then it doesn't mean that we're not sad that they passed. Of course we are. But we need to remember that the sadness that we feel is for the loss that we are having in our lives, not the sadness for them. They've gone on. They've gone on to their next experience. So it's super important to remember that the sadness that we feel is for ourselves and how we miss that person. But here's the wonderful thing about immortality. Not only do we know that the person's essence, their consciousness, lives on after transition, but they also live on in our memories of them. So as we remember them, they've achieved another type of immortality. The wind casts seeds to scatter in the breeze. We plant seeds of love into others' souls to bloom. Those who bloom in the hearts of others never die. That's why when I do a celebration of life, which incidentally I love doing because I love teaching this. I love teaching this to people who have lost somebody. But always in a celebration of life, I open the floor up to people to share stories about their loved one. And to retell memories. Because in doing so, everybody has the opportunity to hear the story again, to tell the story again, to relive it, to have that memory, to have that experience, to remember that event. And they realize that the person that they loved really does live forever. Because in this lifetime, through our memories of who they are, and in the next one. So I'm going to close with a poem. It's my favorite memorial poem, because to me it just beautifully illustrates the idea of life ongoing, and it is called Death is Nothing at All. Death is nothing at all. I've only slipped away into the next room. I am I, and you are you. Whatever we were to each other, that we still are. Call me by my old familiar name. Speak to me in the easy way you always used. Wear no forced air of solemnity or sorrow. Laugh as we always laughed at the little jokes we enjoyed together. Play, smile, think of me. Let my name ever be the household word that it always was. Life means all that it ever meant. There's absolutely unbroken continuity. Why should I be out of mind because I am out of sight? I'm waiting for you for an interval, somewhere near, just around the corner. All is well. So we're so privileged. We're so privileged in this center to have people that we have. Colleen, who is new to our center and offered to do the last post, and Reverend Marjorie, who so beautifully recited In Flanders Fields with no notes. I mean, just beautifully, with such feeling. And when our practitioners are going through training, I talk about the rigorous training they go through, and one of the things that they do is to write their own eulogy so that they can get more comfortable with this idea about death and transition. And it's always moving, and it's always absolutely wonderful to hear people writing their own eulogy about how they've shown up in life. But Amy, being Amy, writing a eulogy was just not going to quite be enough. It was going to need to be in music. This is one of the most touching, most beautiful songs ever written. And Amy wrote it, and it's become quite well known in our circles as well. So please welcome Amy Bishop and Elevation with Remember Me. Let me be.
Hello, my friends. Your love is always true. My life is so much richer for having been with you. One day when you hear my song dancing on a breeze, know I love you just the same, and I carry you with me. Let me be remembered for a difference I have made. When I reach my last surrender, right, she was loved upon my grave. When my time is over, my love will carry on. So let me be remembered when I'm gone. Hello, my love, you're all that I desire, and in this life together we never lost that fire. Well, you are my best friend. We grew up and we grew old. You've moved, you've changed my spirit. You are tattooed on my soul. For all my years, there's one thing that I know. The love you gave me, well, I take that with me when I go. Hello, my kids. I did my best to teach you well. Loving you is heaven. Leave to is hell. Your voices and your laughter ring echoes in my heart. I know that I will always love you so, and we will never be apart. Let me be remembered for a difference I have made. When I reach my last surrender, right caring mother on my grave. When my time is over, my love will carry on. Let me be remembered when I'm gone. Let me be remembered for a difference I've made. When I reach my last surrender, write no regrets upon my grave. When my time is over, my love will carry on. Let me be remembered when I'm gone. Let me be remembered. Let me be remembered. Let me be remembered. Let me be remembered. It's highly recommended not to sing that song in front of your children.
In front of your children and your dad. Okay, note to self, we'll be changing that around next time. Are you feeling uplifted? Hey, yeah. I got nothing. Everybody breathe. Taking a deep breath. What a day. Yeah. 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 Okay, so this gives me an opportunity to talk about how you can support the center. Because this is our spiritual home. This gives us the opportunity to have moments like that. Oh, God. Whew. To have moments like that. And so our live stream people, you know how to do that. E-transfer is always great because it comes right in. So thank you for that. So I'm going to ask everybody to take your tithe, your gift, your offering, your donation. Hold it to your heart. Did you all know that wearing the poppy, I've actually done a lot of research on this. Wearing the poppy, wear it on the left side because it is closest to the heart. I did not know that. In fact, I had somebody, is Pat Christie here? Pat, you taught me that a number of years ago. Yeah. Aren't you smart? So put your hand on your heart. And let's say our conscious giving affirmation together. I live in a universe of abundance. As I freely and joyfully give, I join in the divine flow, and all that I give returns to me multiplied abundantly. I am so blessed, and so it is, and so it is. And you know what? We're feeling so much love today, so we're just going to sing out, I thank love for everything. Let's sing together.
I thank love for everything. 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 Yeah. I thank love for everything. 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 Woo! I thank love for everything. I thank love for everything. Woo! I thank love for everything. I thank love for everything. I thank love for everything. I thank love for everything.
Gail, could you let Rachel know we're ready for the kids? Thank you. And thank you, Colleen, once again. Yeah. Wow, we're loving that. Awesome. Wow! 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7! Woo!
Perfect. Hello. Hello, happy Sunday. Whew, we had so much fun. Today I had a beautiful group of 7, which I love. We had a beautiful variety of ages and personalities, and it was a lot of fun. So today we read, what story did we read?
Smelly socks.
Yeah, we did. And we all change our socks when? Every day.
Every day.
Every day. Every day. Not every 30 days, every day. And then we also started making Christmas presents for the senior suds and the candy stuff. So if you could hold them up, Ellie, as wet as they are.
Oh,
we'll
nice. Nice.
And as a part of the Funday group, we'll be filling them with the candy and all the goodies, and then as a group, we'll be donating them to the cause. So we're really excited for that. We're doing it for all of November, and eventually we'll have candy and fill all that stuff. Did anybody want to say anything today? Yes, what do you want to say? Go this way. There you go.
I'm having my birthday soon.
There you are. Happy almost birthday.
I learned more about symbols.
Oh, very nice. Good.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. These kids are great.
Yeah, thank you for bringing your kids. We're just loving seeing the children back here again. So yeah, it's awesome. Okay, so we're gonna do our final closing, and And then our closing is also a surprise today. So, but not our final blessing. We're going to do that. So we're going to rub our hands together, and we're going to get all that good love energy, okay? And we're going to send it out to whoever needs it, out into the world. So, okay, are you ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Whoosh. Have a wonderful week. We'll see you next time. This is...